Well, hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Minecraft. If I recall correctly, we're going into episode 16 here. Very exciting that I'm still able to continue this and I'm having as much fun as I am. I hope you all are having fun as well. Now, today, I have quite a lot of things that I set out to do in my little notepad thing over here. I've written down quite a few ideas, and I got some inspiration from some photos that I saw recently of things that people have built in this game that I wanted to replicate in this world for myself, because I thought they were very cool looking, and I would like them. And the architecture we have around us does actually permit us to do them, so I suppose I should go ahead and explain. Well, let me look over here. Now, we do have a couple goals we can just get immediately done, because they're not very complicated, and we have the resources to do them already. I just realized my sound is so high up. Let me turn that down. There we go. Now we can go down here and grab our gold. We haven't seen... Our gold hasn't been used very much recently, but I have just remembered to use for it, or rather, before starting the recording, I remember to use for it. That may prove itself very useful in the future. We can make ourselves, I believe just one, but it's still pretty awesome. We can make ourselves a shiny, enchanted, purple text golden apple, which is pretty awesome. I know it does some super cool stuff, and therefore I know that it's quite valuable. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it immediately. Probably not. And I suppose we can use the rest of this gold. No, we can't. Why can't we do that? That's a little bit dumb. I thought there was a normal golden apple. Maybe I was mistaken. No, there's just one of these guys. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this, because it's kind of not in the farm category. I guess I'll put it in food. There we go. And now I get to go put the gold back. I swore there were gold. Maybe it's because I'm playing an older version. I'm a little bit behind. I just saw some videos that came out recently of people making those, and I thought I would do it myself. It didn't. Apparently, it's not in the version that I'm playing. Oh well. I'm sure I will eventually find a version that has that, and then we can make those. But for now, we'll just put away all this gold that's left over, and we will save that special golden apple for a day where it's needed. Probably when we get later in the game and we're going to need a lot of special powers and capability. That was kind of an entire goal, but just a little small one that I wanted to do on the side because we had the resources to do so, and I thought it'd be nice to have, just in advance, really. I suppose we can take this time to harvest our farm, which appears to have fully grown itself. I was actually told that using an axe makes cutting these things faster. I'm not sure if I believe that, but I tend to trust what people have to say in the comments, because generally people are right. Oh, it's for pumpkins. Okay. Yeah, pumpkins do definitely grow a lot. They definitely get cut down a lot faster. Sorry about that. That was a strange noise. I don't know what happened. Whatever the case, good to know that our pumpkins can be felled much quicker with the use of one of the tools we've had. Now the melons, I'm not sure. There's probably a different tool that I can use to expedite the process. Well, who knows? Pickaxe, shovel, axe. It doesn't look like the melons get cut down any faster with anything. Oh well. The melons are still pretty swift anyway, so it's not too much of a bother. It was just something that I was told, and I was like, oh, I might as well take advantage of it. We can take this time to replant, and our pumpkins seem to be swiftly coming to rejoin us here. Now, another thing that I wanted to do, I just remembered it this episode, and I forgot to write it down, actually, but I do remember what it was, thankfully. I wanted to dabble a little bit more in the practices of potion making. Eventually, I would like to have a specific place just to do potion work, a little building of its own, but for now, our basement is functional enough. There is a creeper on top of our roof for the cow enclosure. That's not good. Well, let's just go to sleep, hope that creeper goes away, and then I suppose we can go wander off and feed our cows and sheep while I discuss my plans for potions eventually. Of course, for now, our basement will function just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I do like to have specific buildings that have their own purposes in this place. I feel like it helps it be, if not a little bit more organized, then just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Suppose I can feed all of our sheep, or just 2 of them, but you can have a snack too. Not you, you're not involved. As we get more sheep, that will exponentially come to make us even more, and then we will have a pretty unlimited wool supply. Now up to the cows. I hope that creeper leaves us well enough alone. Should probably wait before holding the wheat so that way they don't try and escape. Just rapidly right-click on all of you. As it turns out, I don't actually have enough wheat for all of you, but that should be enough for now. I may go down and get some more. You know what? Let's do that, why don't we? Now, on the subject of buildings with their own specific purposes, I wanted to make one this episode. A brand new building with its own specific function. And that function will come to replace one of the things that is currently residing in our basement, the to-do list. See, the to-do list is a great feature. I like it a lot because it does actually help me keep track of things that I forget often. But I always forget that it's there, which is a bit ironic. It's a feature I implemented specifically to not forget things, and then I forget that it is a feature. So I think to alleviate that, I'm going to try and give it its own specific place in this this base of operations. All our cows seem well fed now, so I can go put away all of our farmables. And I will probably get a stack of potatoes cooking while we run around and I ramble. Yeah, I would like to make a specific building just to have the to-do list, because I feel like having a specific building just for that purpose will serve to remind me that it exists a little bit more often. Hi, Doggy Winkle. Let me put away all these things. I don't have quite a stack of potatoes, but it'll do well enough. We actually have a ton of carrots and a ton of watermelons. The carrots will serve a purpose later on, namely in that goal of potions and alchemy in general. Oh, I had potatoes cooking. I totally forgot about that. Well, that's convenient. I'm glad I clicked in the exact furnace that took place in. Well, we have some potatoes to alleviate our hunger for now, as our 50 or so continue to cook. Now, I suppose we can just get immediately started on building that to-do list building, as I stated. Now, I want to use these weird stone slabs that I got at some point. I don't quite remember when, but I think they would look nice. I just saw I saw a specific building in a village that I was visiting, and I thought it would work well, aesthetically at least. Now, oh, where's our cobblestone? Do we not have any? I don't think we have any cobblestone. Yeah, we don't. That's a mild concern, actually. Well, I suppose that works out fairly well, because one of the things I need to do, anyway, is go down into the mines and look for quite a few things. Namely, well, if I can find my mine carts. I don't remember where I put them. There they are. Get my mine carts, my furnaces, my chests, and some coal wherever that is. I got 5 of them. That should probably be enough, and hopefully I will find more while I'm down there, because I'm going down there to just get a ton of coal, a ton of iron, and really whatever else I can find. Tools and armor, that's where my furnace goes. So hopefully we should be able to supplement the lack of resources we have as I go down to do this fairly quickly. We're just going to go down here and mine out as much as we dare, and we're probably going to take a quick expedition into the mine shaft that we uncovered, just to see whatever we can see and mine out whatever ores reside. Well, immediately we found some coal and redstone, which are, well, we need the coal. The redstone will probably come in handy at some point, but for now, the coal is my focus. And the noises have already begun. They love to follow me around. As does this cave. That's okay. I guess I'll just cover it up for now, because that cave, I don't know if I want to explore it quite yet. I'd like to explore the mine shaft first. Yeah, I'm coming down here for coal and iron mainly, but also, if I can find any, some endermen to get ender pearls, because I believe we only have 1, and I know we need way more than that, if not just for, like, convenience's sake of being able to use them to teleport around. We will need them for when we progress into the game further. So it will be good to have at some point. Hello? Please stay away from me. No! Okay. That could have been bad. I backed away at the, like, very last second. Okay. We are safe for now. I didn't bring any torches down here, I don't think, but it's well lit enough that we should probably be okay. Well, seems the creepers have other ideas. They are really rampant today. Get out of here. Okay. Also, if you do notice some slight changes to the appearance of the game, I did alter some settings. I lowered the field of view a bit, and I changed the GUI size, because I like the look of the larger GUI more. It helps me see things better. And the field of view, I don't know. The weirdly wide field of view was also kind of making my brain hurt a bit. So I fixed it, and it should be good now. Where are all these creepers coming from? They are pursuing me very frequently. Let's just grab as much iron as we dare. There is plenty of it. And coal abundant on the ceilings as well. That is a prime place for a creeper to drop from. But there is also our first sight of gold up there. So I suppose we must ascend. See what we can see. Oh, I did bring torches. Okay. That's actually quite convenient, because I didn't want to just go this whole expedition with, well, not being able to see. It appears as though we found some sort of... Ow. Yep. We found the spiders. And plenty of other things. Try and cut through this as quickly as we can to dispose of these. Because they want me dead as much as I want them dead. There we go. Alright. And this place looks desolate, except for spiders and spider webs, so I will leave it well enough alone. There's a little bit of lapis lazuli. Or however you pronounce it. I assume that's how you pronounce it. Hello. The creepers are making themselves known this episode. Good to know. I mean, I was waiting for an imminent threat. That's a feature of every Minecraft episode for me, really. And it was only a matter of time till it showed up, and I guess it's coming out in full force right now. I hear so many things. Oh, hello. Did you come to say hi to... Okay. I'll have you know that seeping through the floor is not a strategy that I expected. But it's one that almost worked a little bit. So if the mobs continue to do that, then they might have an advantage over me. Because I have not been able to do that yet. Wonder where they learned that tactic. Well, I'll take this moment to ask how everyone is doing. As ever, I hope well. I'm doing fairly well. It's just been a little bit of work past week. Nothing too bad. There's plenty of coal here. Yeah, I just started really actually getting into the flow of working, and it's been fun. Definitely plenty hot with the summer weather finally coming back in stride. And I've been enjoying it. It's been a nice time. I hope that the summer is going well for everyone else. Get this iron, because there's a lot of it. We can always use more iron, always use more coal. The spiders, I hear so many of them. They are just around. There's more coal. And the zombies have joined. Excuse me, sorry about that. I do hope the audio is functioning, because if it's not, that would be rather tragic if I were to lose this entire recording to bad microphone audio, as I did with episode 14. That was a little bit dumb, and I'm still not quite over it yet. So, I live in constant fear of the day that happens again. In fact, the microphone tried to do it before this recording, but I managed to fix it. So hopefully it doesn't decide to rebel against me and break itself again as I record this. I'm sure that you'll be able to tell if this episode comes out and you hear this part. Let's hope that that is the case. It seems we've exhausted this particular branch of all of its resources. Maybe not over here, but I didn't see much over here. Yep, just stone and wood and haunted halls and broken dreams. This is where the skeletons seep through the floor, and this is where my rails are. Nothing much up there. That's where the spiders were. Just a lot of stuff in general. Let me see what's over here. It's a pretty consistent theme of not much. Though, I don't know what's over here. Continuing on that theme. Oh, well, here's some stuff. Just gotta fight to get to it. There we go. Some iron, some coal, all the things we need. These things will come to be very useful, especially the coal. The coal is vital to so many aspects of this. The minecarts with furnaces, the furnaces themselves, torches, the lot, really. It's just all these things. I guess I could also take this time to mention some of the other goals that I had. I have them off to my side here. I wanted to extend our house a little bit today. And by a little bit, I mean add a whole new room. A ground floor room. And I think that I'm going to make that room a dedicated bedroom. Because I think having a dedicated bedroom would be very nice, because currently my bedroom is a little corner off in my side room, which, I don't know, it doesn't feel very formal or fitting of a bedroom, really. It just feels like a sleeping space, rather than a specific bedroom. Oh, hello, spiders. Have you come to greet me? Well, I decline your offer for tea and biscuits. But thank you regardless. Ooh. The spiders seem to have a great affinity for finding me and hurting me. Oh my goodness. Speaking of which, they seem to be proving that reputation handily. In fact, they have caused great harm to me. But we will persist. We persisted before. There's certainly plenty of the things that I said we were coming down here for. Anyway, I was discussing the bedroom. I think that that's going to be one of the main goals for this episode. The other one, which will probably be much bigger and even might turn into a, like, multiple episode wide goal, is the structure that I mentioned seeing in a photo or a video. I don't quite recall which. I saw it somewhere, and I thought, oh, that is so cool. I would love to have that. I saw a photo of someone who had sort of used the natural landscape of this game on a mountainside, and they had built a residence into the cliffs, into the cliff faces of a mountain. And I thought to myself, that is so cool, and because we have such flat cliff faces around our house, that would work quite well. Hello? What are you doing? You are phasing in and out of existence. I suppose that's about this branch explored. I think so, at least. And now I'm failing to recall which direction is back. I should have probably labeled that. Frankly, yeah, there's not a lot of labeling down here. It's kind of just a straight pathway both ways. I guess I'll just assume that the direction with the resources, yep, this is forward. I should really label that as such. But, ooh, wow. The gravel tried to sabotage me a little bit there. Gravel so often likes to do that in this game, as I've heard and experienced for myself. Gravel's a little bit of an evil force. I don't know why I just covered that up. It is a mine. I am supposed to mine it out. I don't know, maybe instinct. I do also need cobble, so I will have to do a mine for that, but I know that we didn't quite finish the tunnel, and we can do that, and that should give us at least a decent amount of cobble. So we will go ahead and do that, I suppose. I don't know how much further this goes. I think it's just a little bit further after the lava lakes, but we'll see. Who knows, maybe I went another like 300 blocks this way and I don't even remember. At the very least, it will probably get finished in the next 5 or so minutes, which is nice. Then we will have this whole initial tunnel dug out to a width of 3x3, which is good for consistency's sake. I hear mobs, lava, and just general threats all around. Does not sound like a friendly place, and that's because it isn't. This place is eager to kill me at any given moment. I will try to prevent that from happening. Here's the gravel once again. I'll just dig it out all with this shovel, so I don't have to deal with it at all. Oh right, the water. I remember this now. Let's see if I can fill this in, why don't we? Can't quite reach that. I'm just gonna try and fill this in as best I can, so we don't have any issues with it. I think that should prevent any maladies. Looks good enough to me. I'll just dig into this next one, then I'll check the supplies. This will definitely not, or it'll probably be enough stone for the little to-do list building. I won't need very much. It'll probably just be, my idea was to have it coming off the right side of the entrance to this mine, because the left side is occupied by the minecart depot, but there is a little bit of empty space over on the right that I can use to put in a little building. Excuse me, sorry. My throat is not happy with me today. I'm not sure quite what's happening. It's just like, no, you are not allowed to talk. I may have to take another sip of my drink here in a second. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Give me just 1 second. There we go. A little bit better. Hopefully my throat does not continue to fight against me. Looks like we have just shy of 3 stacks, and this is actually coming up to the end here, so realistically I should be able to finish this. Well, the noises are, I guess, letting me know my place in this place, but I will continue to shape the land to my will, because I was given the power and I will utilize it. We do need all these resources after all. Cobblestone is an infinitely useful resource, especially to me in this world, and we just need to find a way to get as much of it as possible into our hands. I see the end of it over there. That's like super ominous. I think the scariest part of these ominous hallways that I always run into is not that I can see nothing at the end of them, but that I can see something. It's the fact that I can see just a glance of what lies at the end. Even though I know it's just what I built, and it's just my tunnel, it still does not fail to give me just a little bit of unrest, a little bit of unease every time I look down and I see fog and then something. Whatever the case, it won't harm us, so we should just continue on our merry way in our mining adventures, exploiting these tunnels of all the resources they can provide. And it can provide quite a bit. It seems like we've got a decent amount of stone, just about 4 stacks, and we're just coming up on our 3rd full stack of coal, which is great. That is quite a sizable amount, and there'll definitely be plenty to push our mine carts. Suppose this first one will just be cobble, and this next one will be everything else. I think that's how it was before, and I will continue to do it in a similar manner. I think that's everything. Well, I will also take probably 8 coal for myself, and then I will do this, give it all of the coal, and just have it push it on its merry way forward. And then I suppose we can just grab everything else that's around here while we're waiting. There it goes, off on its merry journey. I'll just grab a little bit more now that I have free inventory space. Hopefully we'll push it all the way up and it won't have any issues with like being out of my render distance or whatever. It should be alright. If not, then we'll find it waiting for us and we can just fuel it more. No big deal. Since we are getting quite a bit more coal as we continue to mine. Oh, hello. Yikes. I didn't actually have a block handy to block that up. I suppose we won't be mining that particular spot of redstone. I'll be leaving that one well enough alone. I haven't actually had too many run-ins with stuff like that, but I suppose it was going to happen eventually. Let's see if we can catch up to our minecart, why don't we? It seems to have run off, as I told it to, really, and I hear the creepers running up behind me, but I will not look back, because there's no need at this point. It seems like it got up without any trouble. Yep. So I will go up, harvest it of its resources, after putting away the ones I already have, of course, because I did have a full inventory's worth before I put it in the chest. And it's raining. And our new minecart blocking system has worked handily. Oops, I forgot that it had stuff in it. Well, at least it all fit, so it wasn't too bad. Let's just go ahead and put away all these things. Now, I don't remember where my cobble goes. I assume it goes in here. That was not my cobble chest, though, so I will have to get that filled up in a second. Of course, we have plenty of iron ore, gold ore, and other random things. Namely, just a lot of redstone. Not as much lapis. Plenty of coal, though. 3 and a bit stacks, which is pretty sizable. We can also put away all these things in mob stuff. Ooh, the string will have to fit there. Bones. I think that's everything we got in terms of mob things. And then other stuff holds our flint. We'll also have to put away our furnaces and our minecarts as we get them. The arrows go in here, and I think that's everything besides these slabs, which I need, and the cobble, which I need. And the cobble resides in here, as it explodes everywhere. And I also apparently put some gravel in there on mistake, or by mistake, but that's no problem. I can dig this out while I'm here, and get to building this little place. I will build it in a similar fashion to the this thing over here, the minecart depot. Totally forgot what it was called. Oops. Probably about the same size, nothing too big, because it is, after all, just a place where I'm going to put a bunch of signs. Doesn't have to be too fancy, not too formal either, just a location. Now, I could have it have little windows if I wanted to. You know what, I think I will. I like the idea of having little open windows in a stone building. Just make it look a little bit more interesting. It sort of fits in with like the almost industrial aesthetic. I suppose I'll have a low doorway. Doesn't really matter too much. Then I'll probably build it up one more level. And then we'll make that next level a roof. Oh, couldn't quite get up. That's okay, I can just build right up. Yeah, we'll make this level the flat roof, and then we'll put some decorative slabs atop it to make it look not dissimilar to a village blacksmith, which is what I was going for. I mean, of course, those are made of wood, but I wanted a stone building, and so I will have one. I'll make this doorway a little bit taller, because then it'd be consistent with over here. And actually, this wall would have to be completely flat so it can accommodate signs. But other than that, I think it's pretty much done. Yeah, just a little something to have its own place in our world. I like it. It's utilitarian, obviously, but the utilitarian aesthetic is fairly consistent with the purpose of these places over here. So, it should be alright. I suppose we can get to work then populating it with signs. I need to go find them. I think they're in my other stuff chest somewhere. No, they are not. I will have to find them, or maybe even make more, because I don't recall if I actually had any left over. Other stuff houses all our other things, though, like our slabs. I didn't put away our dirt in the dirt chest, or our gravel in the gravel place. But other than these two, this chest and this minecart, I think that should be everything. There's our signs. And then I suppose we can take down the place that originally housed our to-do list, and this wall can be used for something else in the near future. I will, of course, have to start smelting all my stuff, but I will get smelting when I go off to get a grand abundance of glass, because that's what I'm going to need for this sort of base built into a cliffside wall. I will need a lot of glass for that. So I will make this to-do list 2. I will write, okay. Gather glass. Let me look at some other stuff. Hunt Endermen. What else do I have? Oh, yes. Build bedroom. Build cliff base. Oop, need more room for that one. What else do I have? Well, we already got all the coal and iron that I aimed to get, so we should be good. And we did the to-do list building, of course, so we don't have to put its own goal inside it. I think those are the goals for this episode. So hopefully, by the end of this, we should be able to cross off all of them. Now, in order to gather glass, we are going to need a lot of sand. Like, a lot of sand. And I think I actually want to grab a second chest. These two I'm currently using, obviously, but I guess I could make another one. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I want a chest specifically to put the signs in for the to-do list area, because I don't know, I think having them over here will help me remember that they exist and not mandate a bunch of trips. So if I forget, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then once I'm done with those, I can just break them and put them back. It's a self-sustaining system. I'll put away... What did I grab? Oh yeah, the wood. I remember now. I should probably have a specific wood chest, but as I get to building this cliffside base, that place will probably become my primary place of storage. Just as a sort of deep and safe storage to get it out of the way of my living abode. Now, gathering glass, I will probably also gather some logs while I'm out to provide the resources necessary to make this a bedroom extension, which will go this way. I have an idea for how I want it to look. I'll just have to build it out as I get there. Now, where could I find glass? Well, or sand, rather. I have an idea, and it is this way. So one thing I want to do eventually in this world is have a rail system specifically for transport of ourselves, because I'd like to have a way to get to the desert, to get glass or sand, a way to get to like a place to get a bunch of trees, like over here, and we'll probably end up building tertiary little places of residence for like mining expeditions or going to talk to the villagers and whatnot. So as we do that, as that expands to necessitate that kind of, what am I trying to say? As we expand out to those horizons, I will end up building a rail system to transport ourselves between everything. Because running between them is, of course, hunger intensive, and it takes more time. With the rail system, we can just build it once, use it forever, and it'll be great. We've hit the desert now. I will get into the actual main part of the desert before I start quarrying out a bunch of sand. So that way it doesn't, I don't know, disrupt the natural beauty of these sand dunes. Oh well. It's our land to exploit, I suppose. No one's around here telling me that I can't, so I'll just take as much as I need to. This looks like a nice and flat place from which I can take a lot of sand. So I will do so. I'm probably just gonna get way too much, really, because I like having more than I need. And I'm sure this cliff base will end up being super intensive anyway, because it's going to probably expand a little bit more as the episodes go on. And as I expand it, I will need to provide more glass, because I want to have glass walls, so you can look out either onto the home plot or out towards the forest outside the cliffs. I just think it'd look really cool, and that's what I saw in the photo, so that's what I'm going to try and replicate. This quarrying is going to be incredibly boring, unfortunately, but it's something that must be done. We are already at 2 stacks of sand. I suppose I can also think of it as the amount of horizontal sand I'm digging out is, of course, equivalent to the amount of vertical glass I'm going to be placing, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio of sand to glass. So I'm just sort of looking at how many blocks will I really need to cover. And frankly, I can probably do one more. I can probably finish this revolution, and I'll probably have enough. At least for now, just for the inkling stages. Yeah, we've got almost 4 stacks. We should have plenty, really. And if not, then we know where to come. It's not far away. It'd be nice to have a rail system that went straight here, but we can only dream for now, because I do not have any more rails. Frankly, those mine shafts are only going to give us so much, since we already pretty much exhausted the original mine shaft we found of its rails. So, at some point we're probably going to either have to find a new mine shaft, or make our own rails. And we will have to make our own rails anyway, because we are going to need a special kind of rail, the powered rail, to actually make a self-transport system work. I think you can also use the minecart with furnace to push yourself around, but the powered rails are a cheaper and longer lasting solution. Just better infrastructure in general. And having good infrastructure is a good thing, especially for our self-sustaining society that we're building up. I say society when it's just me and the animals, and the monsters that come to visit frequently. But they're not really friendly with us. I would like to get one of those spiders for myself, but it's just a matter of figuring out how to keep it without it getting out and trying to murder me. It'll be a problem that I'll come to try and solve in the future. For now, it's log time. A stack of logs will most certainly not be enough, though this bedroom is going to be a little bit smaller than the other rooms, considering all it has to really do is accommodate a bed, a nightstand, maybe, and just whatever other decorative items I like to put around. Hello? That was scary. What just happened there? What? I got dropped on by a sheep. That made me jump a little bit. I was like, what is that? And then it fell on me. At least it didn't do damage. Well, I did talk about the animals that dwell in the trees in this forest. I suppose that was going to happen eventually, since I'm destroying their homes, apparently. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit startling. You know, I know about you. You were featured in the lost episode. Hopefully this episode will also not be lost, because that was a moment. I've never seen anything quite like that in any game, really. I got dropped on by a rogue sheep. How many do I have now? I have a little less than 2 stacks. I'll probably want to get, I think 2 stacks should be right about enough. Hopefully. And I should only have to chop down like 2 more trees to do so. Hearing a lot of noises now. That sheep got me a little bit on edge. That was so peculiar. Well, good to know there's still plenty of new things for me to see in this game. Okay, I've got just shy of 2 stacks, like 3 shy, so we should be fine. Unless I see a remarkably short tree. Well, this one's short enough. I'll just take this one. There's 5, okay. Good enough. Good enough for me. So now we'll make our way back, and I suppose we'll begin construction of the bedroom first while we wait for our sand and ores to smelt. It will take plenty of time, of course. We've got a lot. So we will have plenty of time to build up this bedroom. This cow seems very interested in the activities that the sheep are getting up to. The activities that the sheep are getting up to, though, are not much. They just kind of sit there and don't really do... Well, I guess I did enclose them, so I suppose they wouldn't really be wandering very much. I will grab a little bit of the coal that we got, as in I will grab a stack. Should be enough. Just enough to redistribute amongst all the furnaces. Yeah, whichever one doesn't have any coal in it, I'll just put 8. This one even had iron in it. I didn't know about that. This one, I'll put in the sand. This one has 8 in it already, so I can put in the iron. There's the iron. There's gold. There's our 52 baked potatoes. And then this one can accommodate our last stack of sand. And we will leave that to do its thing as we get to building. I will put away all these other things too, because I got a bunch of them. Plenty of coal left over. Barely used that much. Still got 3 stacks and a bit. I'll put the iron down there as well, because I forgot to do that. Just a little bit of ignorance. There we go. And now, I suppose we can get started. Now, this will leave a big gaping hole in our architecture, but it should be okay. I will break down this window, and that will make room for our new doorway, which will probably be in a similar fashion to the ones we've been building, a 3x3. I just like the look of the 3x3 doorway. Now, this will also mandate us having to get more wool, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I wanted to make this a little bit smaller. Just slightly smaller of a room. And I will leave it floating here for a bit, but that is intentional. I have a particular look that I want to go for. Now, I think I will make this... I gotta think about this. Oops. Well, I can put it there for now. Just as a bunch of placeholder blocks. I think I will make this face out on the first layer, in, and then out. It's not going to be super big. But it doesn't really need to be. It's just a bedroom. And this can just extend all the way because that's how I wanted to do it. Oop, not like that. I seem to have immense trouble placing logs in this game. They seem to just always fight against me. And they never quite want to place themselves where I want. We make it work, it's just a little bit difficult. This last layer is going to be a slightly more difficult. Also, I still don't know if I want to build it up one more. I think I might. Oh, that worked. That was convenient. There we go. Yeah, let me think about this. I think I'd like to build it up one more so I can have double high windows, because I like the look of double high windows. So I'll build it up just one more. And then we do have plenty of logs left. We will, of course, have to build up the roof as well. I want it to be just a slightly smaller roof. Or, since it's the same height, but a little bit inward, I don't know. I'll have to figure this out, but I want it to be just slightly inset from this roof. I'll dig out the place where the windows will be. I want big ones, because big windows are good windows. And we'll get 3 of them. And now... Yeah, roof time. For that, I need a great deal of stairs, and I don't have enough. So I will build more. You can I tried to use stairs there to build stairs. That wouldn't have worked very well. Of course, we can also use the logs we just got to make more planks and then make more stairs as a result. But who knows, maybe 56 will be enough. My experience tells me that it won't be. Oh, hello, visitors. How did I do this previously? I think it was just exactly how I expected it, really. Hello. Oh, you are inside. That's not cool. I did say that it would be a problem having it just open, but didn't realize that they would immediately take a liking to it. I regret to inform you that is not the guest room, that is the master bedroom, and it is mine. Alright. Yep, the monsters, let's just make sure it's daytime to try and alleviate their curiosity. Okay, you can sort of do it like that, it's just a little awkward. I will have to fix the transition, but that should be fine when I get to it. I will also probably need to go get more glowstone eventually to make this room be glowstone as well, or I could just take some from the other rooms, because admittedly, the glowstone in the other room is a little bit excessive. Oh, I will also need slabs. I do remember this now. Yes. How did I do this previously? I'm gonna have to do that from the outside, but I need slabs now. Ouch. Luckily, I do have a bunch of those. Plenty, really. Just build like a impromptu staircase to get up here. Alright, this one at the end. Yeah, it needs to be a stair to make it consistent. And then that can be just a full block now because of all these weird transitions. Or I guess it could be a stair. There we go. Let's see how I like it with a full block. Yeah, I like the stair better. It feels more flowy. Now, I wonder if I could get away with placing this one. Nope. I cannot. So I'm gonna have to build up and figure that out. Oh yes. I will also have to... Yeah, this is a mess of, like, geometry. Gotta build up all these temporary scaffolds to make this whole thing work for now. And then immediately fall off of them as I fail. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Come on. Ooh. I hope I don't die trying to implement this roof. That would be a little bit sad. No. It's just giving me nothing but trouble. You really have to be at a very... It's proving to be difficult, I'm sure you can tell. I'm trying to make it work as best I can. It gets complicated here. Maybe I could just put another stair in place there. It's gonna be like a mess of like things going in and out of each other. I'm trying to make it work as naturally as I can. There are some unnecessary gaps in here though, of course. We can fix those fairly easily. Yeah. I get to also place the lower stair layer now. Do I? I don't quite remember how this looks. Oh yeah, it's on the outside only. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. It's just taking a while. as my brain tries to comprehend how this is even happening. Put those there. Oh, no, not like that. Stop. It's being a little bit it's not cooperating very well. There we go. That's what I need. Or is it? It's one more out. I remember now. Is it? It's like that. And then there's an extra slab. Okay. Now it's making sense. No. That's a completely inaccessible angle. I'm just gonna have to build up and do that from the other side. It's not working very well. I'm just sliding off of everything. Alright. Sorry about that weird sudden cut with no explanation. Something happened. We're back anyway, as I continue to figure out the escapades of this weird roof. I just need to place the underside part of the outside, and then that should just about conclude the roof, except for lighting it. That's not hard. And then order of business is floor, windows. Well, windows first, then floor, then actually accommodating it. Now the inside of this looks remarkably strange. That's because I need to fix it. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It should look fine from the outside because that was just all the inner parts. Works well enough for now. Now, I can go down here and grab all the things that have been smelting, and it appears they have all finished. There's our gold, 64 glass, 40 iron, I think another 64 in here, yep, 64 more glass, 60, and then one more stack of 64 for a lot of resources. I have to finish the roof, but I might as well just do this while we're here, because we have the things we need to do it. That sucked. Dig out there. Okay, building up there, that's going to be a little bit of a task. I think we got it. Just to make this look consistent. There we go. Now it is floating right now, but that's intentional. I assure you. I wanted to make it have these little strange legs, because I think it looks kind of cool. It won't look as cool from the underside, but I will find a way to make it work. We'll just cover it with logs down here. I suppose I could just make it, yeah, sort of. I suppose I could just extend it downward until it is consistent with the rest of the building. Have it sort of go into the landscape. I've seen this happen a few times with, like, villager houses and whatnot, where they will just continually extend downward on a huge platform. It should work. Now, I need wool, and a lot of it. I do actually have a ton of orange wool still, so that's no issue. Just place it all in. Hopefully we don't dig into any basement accommodations. Let's see if I can get this right. Fill that in with something, I don't know. I don't like having that hole there. There we go. That's the orange, and then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces of light gray. We have at most 5 right now, but hopefully, if we go off to shear the sheep that we have, and maybe a few more if we can find them, we should get enough pieces of white or light gray wool. I believe the only sheep we have in our enclosure are white and black sheep. And black sheep, well, having nice looking wool aren't quite what I need. It does look like we have one light gray, actually, and that's it. I'll just hop in here. Escapades. They gave us 4 pieces, bringing us up to a total potential of 8. And then there's a white sheep over here. Please give me 3 pieces. Or 1. That's a... Yeah. Oh well. Just getting run off quick over here this way to find hopefully maybe light gray sheep. If not, then just some white sheep. I think we have light gray dye just lying around somewhere. It's probably in the other stuff chest. I don't quite recall how much we have, if we have any. I'm sure it will be fine. There's some white sheep. We are 10. We need 1 more. If any of them actually had their wool regrown, that'd be nice. I guess they're just taking their sweet time. There's one. Actually, I'll grab this other one too, because why not? Yeah, so now we're up to a total of 13 pieces of wool. We'll have to dye them. That should be fine. And then we should have the floor done. Then it's all about lighting. And that should just about conclude the bedroom, really. Now, I don't know how long we've been recording for. I believe it's been about 1:10. So I suppose what I can do, since we are running a little short on time, is begin the process of building that cliffside fort. I can just mine it out and then get to actually building it later on. For now, it's time to sleep, and then we will get to doing some tasks in the morning. Most namely finishing this bedroom that we should be sleeping in right now, really. Of course, I made this whole task a little bit more difficult for myself by choosing light gray as the second color of this floor. But oh well. We have a bunch of gray dye, but no light gray at all. Alright, good to know. We do have some ink sacs lying around, though. I think that will enable us to make a few. We should... I don't know how many we'll need. We'll need 4 more. See, this is the issue. We need to go hunt more squids. Should be fine. It'll just take a little bit extra time. Hello. Welcome to the home. I regret to inform you, you are not welcome here. Our droves of black sheep are just hanging out, longing for something. The cow is investigating the pumpkins. Is there a squid near? There's some over nearby our fishing dock. I'll see if I can reach them in due time. Make it quick. I think you look ideal. Give me your resources, thank you. Did I get them? Yes, I did. I actually have a bone in my inventory, it looked like, so we should just be able to craft all this wool right now. I think I need 2 to get 6, which is just enough, the perfect amount to make all of our white wool into light gray, which then will allow us to finish the floor. And then we can relocate our bed and whatever else we want into the dedicated bedroom. Now, I don't know if I want a door into that room. I don't think I do. What I do want is lighting, because sleeping in a dim bedroom in this game seems a little bit seems like it could be a subject of danger. So I'll try and avoid it as best I can. With this, just place all these in. It actually ended up being 12 pieces, but luckily we had pretty much the perfect amount. And now it's glowstone time. Oop. If I don't block myself with wool. We don't have very much glowstone. I suppose I could be sparing with it. And then put one piece, I don't know, right here as decoration. Break these out. And that should be good, I believe. And now I can actually move everything. My inventory is currently a mess, but we can fix it. There we go. And then we can take our decoration, put it off in the corner here. Just give ourselves a little bit of something. And then I suppose we can also have ourselves a little nightstand with a candle. And that's our bedroom done. Of course, that leaves this room with very little function for now, but it will have a function eventually. I'll just have to figure it out, of course. It'll all happen in due time. Just need to put away all the things. This is where the glass will reside. Yes, this chest is a nightmare. I'm trying my best, but I need more storage space, and with that stone fortress, or that cliff fortress, we will have it. Where did those slabs go? There they are. At least try and make it organized a little bit. Stairs also go here. I think that's all the stuff that goes in here. Tools can have that. Mob stuff is ink sacks. And farm. No, other stuff has bone meal. Just randomly. And then everything else, the wool is mob stuff. The dirt is, of course, in the dirt place. Saplings is in farm. Rotten flesh is in mob. Arrows go in here. And then finally, we can put our iron and gold away down here. And that should be everything, hopefully, organized enough. Okay. Got a little bit crazy, but we did actually end up doing it. I guess I will just do a very rudimentary place. I saw this block broken over here, and so I will utilize this point as a rough point of entry. I'll dig in, I don't know, 5 blocks. Just up enough. Put a torch down so I can actually see. Now, what's a good point of height? I don't know. Here, maybe? And let's dig out this way until I hit... Yes. We're a little bit higher than I thought we were. So I may actually just replace that. Replace all these, really. It looks a little strange, but it'll probably be fine. And then here, I'll do here. See where this puts us. That's where I want it to be. Okay. I will just dig a very basic framework because I believe we're just coming up on time here. I just want this to be the rough amount of space, or the rough middle of the space that I will use for this eventual building project. But for now, we will go over to our to-do list board and cross off almost everything. We did the glass, we built the bedroom. We still have yet to hunt Endermen and build a cliff base, but those will be goals that we will get to soon enough. For now, I think we've done plenty, frankly. It's quite a busy episode. Got a little chaotic, a little crazy, but I tried to make it work as best I could. And I think I'm actually going to start ending the episodes right here, because I think it's a fitting place to end, next to our dog, and in our brandly, wow, our brand new constructed bedroom that we call home. All right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for continuing to follow and support the series. As ever, I appreciate all the feedback and support that I get in the comments. It always makes me smile. Hope you enjoyed this episode as well. If you did, maybe consider pressing the like button or hitting the subscribe button on my channel if you'd like to catch the future episodes of this. And I believe that just about concludes our session today. Well, as always, thank you and goodbye.